to Sandyland.
We grew up together in show business. It's so amazing.
Thank you so much for having me. This is an absolute honor to be on your show.
Let's elevate the fucking conversation.
You're locked in for another wild ride on Sandyland.
We're back in Sandyland with the fabulous DJ extraordinaire Tracy Young, who is currently on tour with Cyndi Lauper for her U.S. Farewell Tour, which just kicked off last week. And that is a new studio release remix imagining of Chaka Khan's I Know You, I Live You, featuring Madonna's legendary backup singers Nikki and Donna. How are Nikki and Donna?
Oh my God, they're good. We've been doing a ton of music together, so it's
that's so fun.
They're doing great. Yeah,
they're so talented, and sometimes when you are 30 feet from stardom, sometimes you don't always get your due. So I'm sure they're very happy about that.
Well, Donna's been doing her own music for a while, and Nikki's been doing jazz touring, and we came together in Mexico, and we had always talked about doing original music, and it felt like the right time. We did the Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. We did that cover too. So
I love that.
So this comes out tomorrow. I Know You, I Live You.
Fantastic. I can't wait. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
All the
Thank you for having me, Sandra.
Oh my God! Thank you for coming on, Tracy. I mean, are you out on the road right now?
I am. I'm actually in DC in my hotel. But the last time we spoke, I just wanted to let you know, I was in a really weird place, and my mom had just had a fire, which was the second fire. And it was that weekend when me, you, and Katie had spoken. And then I lost my stepfather, and then I lost my mom. So I didn't feel like I was myself that when we spoke. And I just wanted to clear the air if we needed clearing it.
I honestly, I don't have any recollection of it. And I don't drink, and I've never done drugs, and I've always been totally... Yeah, that's just never been my thing. I never had a problem with it. I just don't like it, and I don't like the way I feel when I even have a couple of drinks. I just feel like, what do I do? Why did I even bother? Because then, as fast as I get drunk, I'm very quick metabolism. That's how fast I sober up. So I'm like, why even bother without useless calories and that, all that. But I understand a lot of people have gone through a lot in our business because it's really rough, and you're creative. And you're sensitive, and
I'm very sick.
What sign are you?
Scorpio.
You're a Scorpio.
What are you?
I'm a Gemini with Leo rising and moon in Sagittarius.
Are? There's like 5 of you in there somewhere.
There really, there is and there isn't. That I think you start to meld, as you like mature, and some of those different personalities, they either fall away or they just sort of, come together within, all of the different machinations. But yeah, it's not easy, but you keep doing it. And so what are you doing on Cyndi's tour? Are you like DJing during it, before? Like what? Talk to me about it, because I'm so excited.
Yeah, Cyndi's awesome. She actually, after the fire and my mom had passed away, I went through a really horrible depression, and I thought music was over for me, and I just wanted to hang it up. I didn't. My mom was kind of my muse and always there for me, championing me and cheering me on. And anyway, last summer, Cyndi and her team called me and asked me to open all the shows as a DJ for her tour. which ended up being Europe in February, and now I'm doing this half. So to answer your question, I'm opening the shows for Jake Wesley Rogers and Cindy, and yeah, I'm on a tour bus, and it's crazy. I never thought I'd be here, but it's definitely been a gift and a blessing because, like I said, I was in such a bad place and I had given up on music. So when I did get that call, it kind of kick-started me back in to music, trying to get back in shape, and it lit a fire under me. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, no kidding. When Cyndi Lauper calls you, and because I mean, I did some touring with her quite a while ago. It was before Kinky Boots, and things were not that great on the road for her. So therefore, it was a brief stint, but being around her, of course, is always very interesting. She's a very intense lady. I operate differently. I operate differently when I'm on the road, and just my approach to like performing, I'm much more like loose and like in the moment. And some people just really need to like clamp down, which I understand. It's everybody's got their own methodology. So what is it? You're like 30 minutes on stage, or how long do you do?
It's actually about 15.
15?
Yeah, the European legs the sets were longer, but hey, like I said, I just am so grateful, Sandra. Because I feel like I'm creative again. I'm feeling more like myself, and it's the whole plethora of emotions that it's just such a gift. I would carry her bags at this point. I'm just so grateful that
No, 15 minutes.
never want to.
15 minutes DJing is I mean, you can't go off onto your, tangents that you would if it was
The
just your
journey.
gig. But yeah, it is, because DJing is, it is, because you're going from one song to the next, and that's like a beautiful, kind of celebration and craft that you develop over the years. You either have it or you don't. I mean, because that's not something most people can do. Are you still living in Miami?
I am. I am. Yeah, I've been there now for since '97.
Wow.
So
Where are you from
a
originally?
long time. Virginia. I'm a Southern girl.
Okay. Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
fair enough. So, I mean, Florida is just a little more like, of a wild card these days.
Florida is, well, politically, yes, but there's Miami and then there's Florida. Like
Correct.
Miami's so different. You just kind of don't feel like you're in Florida, if you know what I mean.
Well, that's always a good thing, because nobody wants to feel like they're in Florida these days. It's a fucking shit show.
Yeah, you're
But
not
I haven't
kidding.
been to Miami in a long time. Are you still having fun down there? Is it still got a groovy scene, or is it just sort of like that's where you're living your life and doing your work?
Where I'm living my life and doing my work. I'm more at home in New York and DC, this area where we are now. Miami is a strange place, Sandra. It's like I never felt 100% at home there, if that makes sense. It's just been, it's where I lay my head and do my work. And when I want to be around the people that I know love me, for me, I come up to DC and New York. No
Fair
nonsense
enough.
around. Yeah.
No. Do you have a studio in Miami?
Oh, yeah, I have one. I have a small one in my house, but I like to work with engineers, and I like the whole collaboration process, because if you can get really isolated, and I mean, what we do is we spend enough time alone in our head. I mean, I don't need to get any more in my head, that's for sure. So.
I hear you on that one. It's easy to get isolated in our business because we do have a lot of quote unquote free time, although I know we're all working and writing and, in our own way, but still it is sort of a solitary profession much of the time. So, even when you're
People
involved with
don't
somebody.
get that.
Well, should they really? Can they?
I mean,
Does
they
anybody
see me
does
on
anybody really
stage.
understand what it's like to to be an artist unless you are one? I think that separates. And
Yeah.
even now with the whole influencer, TikTok, star sort of situation. Those people haven't had the years and years and years of experiences like you, where you've been up and down, where you've been, kind of at the edge of knowing whether you still even wanted to do this. And until you experience those things and those extreme highs and lows, you don't really understand what it's like to be an artist. And that's why oh, by the way, a caller called in to the show earlier and said, are you going to do any more mixes for Stevie Nicks?
Oh my God, I'd love to. Let's see. I did Planets of the Universe. I remember when we did Fort Lauderdale. I found out that was that was so long ago. But I didn't realize what a Stevie Nicks crazy person you were. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
So
All right, so that was for my friend who's listening. That there's your answer. So I don't think Tracy's doing it right now, but you know what?
No.
Maybe we put it back
put
out
it out there.
into the universe.
Amen, sister.
Because sometimes I find when I'm thinking about somebody, an old friend, I'll hear from them or something like I really, really want. I'll just I'd really like that, and somehow it comes together. Not always, but you know what? If it's the right thing, it happens. And that's really what I love about life and, everything else that we do, as an artist.
Have you ever gone through those times when like you wanted to give up and it's all you've done your whole life? Like, have you ever seen an end point or?
No.
Never.
No,
wow.
No.
Good for
no.
you.
No, because it's just so innate for me, and it's like, I can always get up somewhere and do what I do, and I've been really vigilant about doing things that are really me and true to my beliefs. So I haven't.
Do you like radio?
I like doing this show because it reaches out to. I like it because it's live, and I don't like podcasts because you can feel the sort of stale air in a podcast because there's no urgency to it. I like urgency in my performing, which motivates me and propels me forward. Speaking of that, it's like, yeah, I mean, here we are, and it's like whoever's listening now is experiencing what we're experiencing. There's no editing. There's like, oh, I wish we had done this. No, this is what you see is what you get. It's like life. And I grew up on, radio, on analog music, and this is what I love. I love immediacy. That's really my thing.
Yeah, there's an element to what I like. Now you can push a button and two records will mix for each other, but I always have enjoyed when DJs experiment and try different things and even mess up, because it's like you said, there's an element of being live and trying new things, and I miss those days. Everything's so perfect now with filters, and it's like that's not life.
So you don't bring albums with you. You're not like if you do like a classic DJ kind of night. How does that happen now?
It's funny you mentioned that. There's a vinyl club in Miami called Dante's Hi-Fi, and that's all they do. So I've been asked to do a set there of all vinyl, which I'm extremely excited about because I still have all my records. They're on a huge wall. Yeah, so no, I don't carry my records. Actually, all my music is in a bag, the yay by yay. So I just plug right in with USB sticks and off to the races we go.
But is it pre-planned, or can you still you can still in the moment go from song to song that you didn't plan out?
I've done this my entire life, and I don't know how people do that. I mean, I have an idea. I call them the record crates, which would be the folder. I know the music that that I've selected and I want to play in the set, but I have no idea what I'm doing before I do it. I still play that way. I've seen DJs have it all mapped out, and I don't get that because you're not paying attention to your audience if you have it all mapped out.
So if I was at a party, or it was my party, and I came up and I said, play some Stones and then play some, Heart and play like, Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Nicks, you could on the fly put all that together.
I could adjust if I had the versions you were speaking about. Yeah, I could.
Okay.
I started in radio too. So in Washington, D.C., it was a radio station called WPGC. So I'm used to that. Like that was live too. So
you really are like you've been in the trenches. You are well versed, and you know what it's like to be in the moment.
Yeah, I think that's what DJing is, or artistry. Even what you do, somebody screams out at you, and you have to adjust. Right?
You better be on your feet, honey. You better be ready to roll. Of course, there's never enough time to talk to anybody in Sandyland, and I'm so glad that you came by, Tracy, to, just to catch up. And I hope you have an incredible rest of the tour with Cindy. Please send her my love.
I will. And thank you, Sandra.
We'll see you again, and along the way. And for those of you who are up in Woodstock tonight, please come see me at the Bearsville Theater. I'll be there with my show and my band, the Sandyland Squad Band. So don't squander this opportunity, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Next on Radio Andy, Jeff Lewis Live.
Diplo. Hey, it's Diplo. I invite you to my Global House party. My channel, Diplo's Revolution.
And you just don't stop.
Personally curating you the latest in dance music.